Well, I guess this is over. We'd better be on our way. Are you going back to Dan? Yes, everyone's waiting for us. We'll have to start rebuilding all over again. Hopefully this will be the last time. No, don't say hopefully. Make it the last time. If anyone can do it, you two can. I don't doubt it, but thanks for the whole vote of confidence. Thank you, Ike. I won't ever forget you. Micaiah, Priestess of Dawn, crowned the 15th Queen of Dan prior to King Tellius' entry, Micaiah ushered a new era of prosperity. Cypher, Soth, becoming the pillar of strength for Queen Micaiah. Soth worked tirelessly to assist the poor and downtrodden. Edward, Blade of Justice. Edward lived as a common townsman. Despite the Queen's wishes, he would often visit the keep to bring good news. Freedom's arrow, Leonardo. Leonardo toiled at rebuilding the army. With his proven skill and good looks, he was beset by women across Tellius. Ooh, Leonardo, the ladies' man. Wise champion, Nolan. Nolan wandered the kingdom, saving those in adversity. Stories of his altruism eventually became legend. Carefree saint, Laura. Laura returned to her home church and became a mother to many orphans. Oh, look at Laura. All of whom loved her loved her gentleness. Wandering sage Ileana. Ileana returned to travel with the merchant caravan, as she had done before. Someone right now, she is hungry. Loyal halberdier Aaron. Aaron served many years as lookout in his hometown. Everyone relied on him for his honest, if clumsy, work. Steadfast rider Torneo. Torneo worked tirelessly for his country as linchpin of Dane's military and pillar of statesmanship. Zihark, Blade of Unity. Zihark traveled Tellius as a mercenary. Resolving Bjorkledu's disputes, some say he eventually settled in Gallia. Mistress of Wyverns, Jill. Queen Micaiah ceded Telegra to Jill. Bearing her father's ideals, she made her land and people prosper. Black Tempest, Har. Though unparalleled in strength as of Draco Knight, Har never fought again. Rather, he carried cargo in Telegra. Sounds like him, lazy bum. Valiant Lady of Murado, I forgot you existed. Fiona. As Lady of Murado, Fiona watched over her beloved people and protected them until the autumn of her years. Spirit Charming Sage Tellius. So, real quick note, if Micaiah and Soth retained their A support throughout this entire game, they would have been married. I hate that ship, I hate Soth, Micaiah can do much better than Soth can. And if Har and Jill had an A support with each other, they would have been married as well. Tellius, I'm sorry. But I don't believe you, because you see, my dear, you have the mark. Wait, don't you have a mark? No, Mother. Lady Almeida, is that the reason you thought me to be your son? And that is the reason Izuka chose me out of all the children at that orphanage. Stop! This is impossible. You are my son. I am your mother, and I say so. Lady Almeida, the only memories of your son were him as a baby. You yourself said so. In other words, he already had a mark, even as a child. Yes, that's so. What of it? This mark, my mark here, is called the Spirit's Protection. When I was 13, I chose to make a pact with the spirits. What? When I learned that you were the one of the Dragon Clan, I began to doubt, and slowly my doubt turned to certainty. I'm sorry, Lady Almeida. I'm sorry that though it was never my intent, I ended up deceiving you. I'm sorry, but I am not your son. Tellius. But I was happy. It was fleeting, but I knew the feeling of a mother's love. An overprotective mother's love. You have my thanks. So, actually, I was hoping to show this plot-wise, but I never got to. The real heir to Dane's throne, Ashnard's son, and Almeida's son, it's actually Zoran. Believe it or not, the mark on his forehead is actually the mark of the dragons. When he was discarded by Ashnard, he believed his mark to be that of Spirit's Protection. So Zoran is from the Dragon Tribe, his grandfather is Degentia, his mother is Almeida, he's son of Ashnard, the Mad King. And he was supposed to be the true King of Dan. Yeah. While Peleus was not. Anyway, strangely, Volug was still in wolf form on the day he went home. Asked why, he said only, it's more comfortable. Earthbound solicitor Raphael. Raphael performed a ceremony in Serenus Forest to wake his father the king, eventually returned to Hatari. Ah, Ike, your work out there was superb. Hey, you aren't quite over the hill yet yourself. You know, I always wanted to go one-on-one with you just once. Huh, I would have expected you'd had your fill of fighting. I've had enough kill or be killed to last me a lifetime, but something simpler, some way of testing our respective strengths. You mean controlled matches, with all the little rules they have. In a peaceful world, we need such things, especially we Lagoos. Without a fight now and then, we go a bit strange in the head. That's the honest truth. I'd rather try to order a river to change course than stop a bunch of rampaging Lagoos. Fearless Lion King Kinigis. Kinigis' ending actually depends on if Skrimir is alive or not. If Skrimir died, then he's gonna continue to look for someone to look for the throne. And Gifka is still Lion King's shadow. Gifka had ever been at Kinigis' side as his loyal shadow. He died proud of how he spent his life. Skrimir becomes the new Lion King of Gallia, patrolled Gallia's borders vigorously, and his large heart, oh my gosh, one love of his people. I can't talk right now. This is like the very end, and I just can't. Ranulf was run ragged by advising the new king. While he winced at his duties, Ranulf still encircled Skrimir. Gallia's Valkyrie, Leaf. Leaf later became a captain in Gallia's home guard and pounded battle skills and fighting pride into young warriors. That sounds just like her. Kind-hearted warrior Mordecai. After returning to the forest, Mordecai avoided battle and lived all his days in peaceful harmony with the trees. Hide their secrets, Lyre. Lyre lived free and wild in the forest. She often told her young comrades of the war and the heroes therein. Dutiful assistant, Kaiser. Kaiser remained a dutiful Gallian warrior. He showed his exemplary diligence, never neglected to train, even in peacetime. Wait, sister? You're my older sister, aren't you? What do you mean? It makes sense. All the pieces fit. The Galder of Release, the goddess Yune's voice. It's true. Inside the tower, I heard the voices of many hearts, and I knew. I am descended from Leiron and Altinia. Misha, the former apostle, was my grandmother. Yes, I thought so. In that case, my sister, please consider staying in Benyon. With your power and charisma, you could do so much good here. No, I'm afraid I can't. Well, why not? Dane is my home, and Dane needs me to help it heal and rebuild, not Benyon. But Benyon has you, Empress. You will be a just ruler. Make your country proud to have you. Will I never see you again? Hardly. I think what our country needs now is a sense of family and friendship. I ask that you sign a treaty with Dane and announce that we are equals. I will, of course. Once things settle down both in our countries, that will be the first thing I do. Sister. Thank you, Empress Sonaki. My dear little sister. Aww. Holy Empress Sonaki. Sonaki elected to guide her people in a war without the goddess, and made treaties uniting the continent. Sapphire of Benyon. Sigrid was loved by her subordinates in the Holy Guards for her kindness, and guarded Sonaki all her life. Empire's bright blade Tanith. Tanith was feared by her subordinates in the Holy Guards for her strictness, and guarded Sonaki all her life. Plucky freedom fighter Tormod. As Benyon's Lagoo's advisor, Tormod labored to help former slaves out of poverty. He was busy, but very happy. Desert's Water, Miriam. As Benyon's first ever Lagoo's official, Miriam assisted Tormod and supported his efforts in every arena. Liberation's Talon, Vika. Vika became a Liashian to former slaves, traveling between the Cathedral and Lagoo's district, and was loved by both. Collector of Beauty Oliver. Oliver followed his calling as a guardian of beauty by sponsoring many artists, especially those who depicted him. Lion-blooded Stefan. Stefan gathered like-minded individuals to form a tiny independent settlement which later became a great country. Will you be heading back to Gallia first? We'll stop by Gallia, then wing straight on to Serenus. Serenus? Why there? The Empress Sonaki has kept her promise. Serenus will formally be succeeded back to us. She said that we may return immediately. Ah, I see. That's good to hear. Sometimes birds change their feathers. The hawks, the herons, even the ravens. We're thinking we'll all settle down together. All this time, we sorted ourselves by our way of thinking and seeing and living. If we can respect each other's opinions and learn to compromise, we can learn to live together without strife. I don't think it will be that easy, but it still ought to be simpler than getting Bjork and Laguz to treat each other decently. You set a good example, Raisin. All the major issues look like they'll be handled soon. The only thing we can't agree on is hunting and eating meat. The forest creatures are off limits. Needless displays of violence as well. You know that we will not budge on that. tell me, have you ever heard of a vegetarian hawk? Or a raptor that doesn't scream victoriously at the skies after a kill? Meat, huh? That's a thorny problem. I love Tabarn. Lord of the Air, Tabarn. Tabarn was chosen as the first king of the unified bird clans and brought them great respect from other nations. Sky Shadow, Nezala. Saved from the Blood Pact, Nezala left his people and their nation. He became a diplomat fighting atonement in work. If he has an A support with Leanne, he will marry her and they will have 2 kids, a boy Raven and a female Heron. White Prince, Rayson. Rayson worked hard as a leader in the New Laguz nation. His iron resolve under a pretty face was suited for politics. Hawk King's Eyes, Jedaf. As the new king's right arm, Jedaf was so eagerly trained his men that he often skipped meals, weekends, and sleep. Wow. Hawk King's Ears, Ulki. Despite being the new king's left arm, Ulki still loves solitude, spending his free time in long deserted locales. Mesmerizing Chanteur Leanne. Leanne and her father made the forest echo with songs to stir pride in those toiling to build the new kingdom. Wise old crow, Neolucci. Despite his age, Neolucci worked hard to restore the name of the Raven clan. Every year he set a new age record. Man of many mysteries, Volk. After finishing his contract, Volk went back to the shadows he knew so well. He was a man of mystery to the very end. Young dragon prince Kurthnaga. Kurthnaga spent his days arbitrating conflicts between nations, guarding the peace so many had died for. Wish spinner Ina. Ina returned home and gave birth to her lost fiancé's child. Goldor rejoiced at the... Wait, whoa, she was pregnant this entire time? Yo, what? Nazir served the new Dragon King by observing other nations in his travels, and often doted on his great-grandchild. Crimson Bodyguard Gareth. Gareth was named Chamberlain to the new king's nephew and taught him both strictness and love. Well, your majesty, shall we be off? Yes, let us, to Crimea, our homeland. Devoted Queen Alencia. Alencia governed the Crimea with resolve and a deep love for her people. Her reign was remembered as a golden age. Grim Cavalier Renning. All Crimea rejoiced at Renning's return. He chose to forego the limelight, helping the queen keep the peace. Protector of the realm, Joffrey. I should mention, if Alencia and Joffrey have an A support, they will be married. As captain of the Royal Knights and model of chivalry, Joffrey served his queen and countries all his days. Tireless advisor, Lucia. Where the queen went, Lucia followed. Their love was fabled to be stronger than even most blood sisters. And if Lucia and Bastion have an A support, they won't get married, but they will have an affair, which is pretty interesting. Crimean's keystone, Bastion. Bastion's unparalleled diplomatic skills ensured that many treaties were signed, spreading peace across Tellius. Veteran knight, Kieran. Kieran served the royal family with nearly fanatical fervor. His voice could be heard from anywhere within the castle. Vigilant Pegasus Knight, Marcia. Marcia showed her dedication as one of the royal knights, ever vigilant as she patrolled Crimean skies. Prince of Leobalds, Malkalov. Malkalov remained as a royal knight because the empire was too strict. Miraculously, he was never fired. Somehow, I don't like his character. God damn it. And if Malkalov and Astrid have an A support, they will get married, and Astrid really needs to get checked out or something, because why would you fall in love with that? Relentless Halberdier Nephany. Nephany lived with her family in Melior. Time and again, she raised her lances in defense of the realm. World Juggernaut Brahm. Returning to his family in Oma, Brahm farmed for the rest of his peaceful life. He never lifted a weapon again. Wayfaring country girl Meg. Meg had an ordinary marriage in her village. It wasn't with Zehork and had an ordinary family. Her house was always full of laughter. Alluring rogue Heather. Heather returned home to care for her mother, swearing off her roguish ways, yet somehow she always had money. Lucky wayfarer Danvid. The war over, Danvid hung up his lance and became a traveling performer. His act could make anyone laugh. First-rate sage Khalil. Khalil returned running the store with her beloved Largo and daughter Amy. Her bright smile cheered many hearts. Scarlet-hailed paladin Titania. Are we talking about Erza here? Titania remained second in command of the mercenaries. Once a year, she visited the graves of her fallen friends. Deadly adept Shinon. Shinon lazes the day away in his old haunts. An expert at all he put his hand to, yet he chose none in his calling. So, jack of all trades, master of none. Perpetual guardian Gotri. Gotri became a famous mercenary and had a household name. Fate led him to find many beautiful women, but never true love. Agile horseman Oscar. Oscar returned to the Royal Knights at Queen Alencia's request, but still took mercenary work on the side. Boyd trained day in and day out, so as not to lose some stupid rookie. He never did either. If he has an A support with Miss, they will get married. They almost had an A support, so we would have seen that. Faithful student Rolf. Rolf remained with the mercenaries. He was always in demand as a tutor of unrivaled marksmanship. Gentle Saint Riss. Riss served as a healer and opened a small chapel in the corner of Rolf Keep. He taught school there. Aspiring Lady of Blades, Mia. Mia set off in search of new opponents. She traveled a whole continent, but sometimes rested at Grail's retreat. Healing Breeze Mist. Mist was courted by many young suitors. In her time, she gave the nod to none and lived happily alone. And if Zorn and Ike have an A support, they will go on a journey together. Same with Ike and Ranulf. Though his tactical genius was unmatched, Zorn never used his talents for anyone but Ike. And lastly, Ike himself. Once he saw stability returned, Ike left on a journey to lands unknown. Smash Bros. He was never seen again. Light of Creation Liron. At Larisa's urging, Liron lay himself within Serenus and was healed by the Song of the Herons. Welcome home. Could it be that you were here all this time? Alas, no, I'm sorry to say, but for several days I've somehow felt as though you would return soon. It's Ashera. Well, I'm home, and I'm glad to see you again, Liron. And I'm glad to see you as well, Goddess Ashera. How long has it been? 100 years? 500? About 1,200 years. I see. For mortals, that is many lives. Yes, the peace we had is on the verge of crumbling again. That is unfortunate. The miasma of war is beginning to shroud the world. However, I shall not again be frightened. As one born of hopes of man, I shall protect this world. Yes. Liron, I've missed your songs. Would you sing for me now? I no longer... Well, then I will sing, and you may sing with me. Is that alright? Yes.
Ira
and we get a very beautiful song during this credit sequence. And now I would like to give my thoughts on this game. This game, it is my third favorite game of all time, only falling just behind Tales of Vesperia and Mega Man Star Force 3, but I love this game so much, and playing through it again, watching all the cutscenes, and just going through this journey of war and all that, it really made me remember why I fell in love with this game in the first place. I love all of the characters, I love the units, it really is a good sequel to Path of Radiance. And it's just the fights, Ike versus the Black Knight, Micaiah versus Ike, the Dawn Brigade versus the Grail Mercenaries, just all these things, I just love those so much. And really, this game has just been another incredible journey. I think I've fallen in love with this game all over again. Normally I don't touch many games after I finish Let's Playing them, but this game, I can see myself playing it over and over again constantly. As you probably saw on the menu screen, I was doing another playthrough of my own on the side, but I actually didn't get very farther than a faint light because I couldn't... Well, I guess I couldn't play this game twice at the same time, is what I'm trying to say. And I was in the middle of a Let's Play, and I just couldn't do that side file. But either way, I can see myself continuing on that file and just continue to play this game over and over again, trying out new units, stepping out of my comfort zone, just continuing to love how the situation is just so tense. Like, toward the end of Part 3, that's just when the game really starts picking up, and it was already very good. You get... Dane enters the fray of the Laguz and Benyon War, and then it just starts getting crazy, and there's all this hype. I mean... And you have Micaiah, who does literally everything she has to make sure that her country stays alive by placing her trust in King Tellius. And then, I mean, you have Soth, he's just kind of there, flat the entire time. That's really why I don't like Soth in this game. I mean, in Path of Radiance, at least he had some character with his support with Astrid and Tormod, but in this game, he's just so flat. He really doesn't have anything that stands out to me, and the only thing that he's talking about the entire time is protecting Micaiah and all that stuff, and while it is sweet and all that, it's just... He's too clingy a character, and it's just... He's not interesting enough. That's why I hate Soth so much. Plus, his endgame spot could go to someone who's much better. Really, I'm pretty sure Volk is a much better candidate for endgame than Soth is. And... yeah, that's why I don't like Soth. So that's why I dig on him all the time, because he's not that good of a unit, and he's not that good of a character either. I mean, he did have some good quotes against Lee Kane. He had a quote against Agencia, which I would have liked to show, but he would have died, and I was too lazy to restart. And executive producer Satoru Iwata, I gotta thank you, man, for producing one of my favorite games of all time. May you rest in peace. All rights, including copyrights of the game, yeah, reserved by Nintendo and Intelligent Systems. Yeah, my favorite characters in this game are definitely Micaiah, Ike, Har, definitely Har. And, hold on, I'll get to that in a minute. In long days past, a young man strode the lands of Tellius. He was simple yet true, his deeds brave and noble, who united two races long at war, and healed the heart of a goddess long gone mad. Ask and you meet, be they young or old, Bjorka Laguz, of a hero named Ike, and you'll receive a warm smile and a tale or two of faith, courage, and honesty. As Ike takes his walk to the Super Smash Bros. Universe. I'm sorry, just had to make that reference. But yeah, my favorite characters in this game are Ike, Micaiah, Har, who has some really, really good quotes towards the end of the game. Probably Mia and Ileana. Yeah, that's it. That's the end. But it's not quite, because we have stats. Yes, we have stats. Starting off with Chapter. Omen Grey Skies took 9 turns. Yeah, this didn't take... Part 1 didn't take so long. There were some bumps in the road there. Raise the standard to... That's usual. Takes an hour. Glory Unwanted. 1 survives. Day and Arise. Oh my lord. That grinding, though. Winds of Rebellion took forever, good lord. The Great Advance, Laguz and Bjork, Storm Clouds, River Crossing, General's Hand. Yeah, I think I averaged about 15 turns total on most of these maps. hard to go above 15, actually. Yeah, I hardly went above 15 turns. Okay, Revelations took a while, but that's understandable. Rebirth took 7, that took 7, 4, and 5. So, those are the chapter stats, but now we have to see unit rankings. Yes, I'm really curious to see who made top 5. Okay, so the Herons are going to be in last place, because they don't kill anything. Renning's last, Lyre's last, Lan, Raphael, as expected. Fiona didn't use her at all. Siphon, I never got to use him. Didn't use Giefka. Gareth wasn't used. Didn't use Kai'Sa. Oliver had a fight. Vika had 1 win, as did Riss. Liron is expected. He usually has 0. I don't normally use him, actually. Mist only had 5 kills. Are you serious? Dang, I thought she had more than that. Karth Naga only had 6 kills too? What is this? Sigrun too? I swear she had more kills than that. Khalil's expected, Osco's expected, Janeth is expected. I don't remember Miriam. That seems about right, I guess. So he only had 13 kills. Laura had 16 kills. Laura didn't do too much fighting. Sonic only had 19 kills? Wow, that's a little disappointing. Sia had 21, Heather 22, Nazala 22. Jill, okay, Z-Hark. Marcia was pretty good through that playthrough. That was... Though she didn't she turned out a little bad and didn't make it to endgame, she was still a useful unit. All the way up until Distortions. So, Gatri, Soren, Shinon, Tabarn, Mia, Ileana, Micaiah, Nolan. Micaiah got 7th place and Nolan got 8. Okay, so wait a minute. There are some units who are missing. Oh, this is going to be so good. I can't wait to see who's number 1. Coming in at 5th place is Edward? Really? That's interesting. I would have thought Edward would be below Mia. Coming in at 2nd place, level 16 Sentinel Nephany. Not bad, not bad. Wait, okay, so who's 3rd? Well, 3rd place is Ike. Wow. With 96 kills. So who's 2nd? Leonardo coming in at 2nd with 101 kills. Wow. Leonardo is the MVP, man. He's definitely the MVP of this playthrough. And that means Har, 1st place. 119 kills. Oh my lord, Har, you monster. Holy crap, Har was... Wow. Wow, I'm taking a guard by that. So my MVPs for my playthroughs have been Ike, Edward, Nephany, Har, and Micaiah has been an MVP once. But that is it for Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. I will see you guys in the next video.